Hey neighbor. So I'm gonna get right into your question of the day because I think I want to talk about some things. So let's just cover this so I make sure I actually hit on it. Boom. Yes, I remember my high school graduation. No, I don't remember if there was a song sung. I'm gonna be honest with you. I remember physically being there. Um, it rained that day, not while we were out on the turf field waiting for our valedictorian to finish his 20-minute speech. Um, but actually, it might have been our class president that gave the long speech. It was one of them. And right after everyone made it inside, it started pouring. So we didn't get drenched in our gowns. We did get drenched on the walk home because I didn't drive to my graduation. I walked there because it's like, what, a 5-minute walk? Come on, let's be honest. So I do remember that, and I'm pretty sure like my grandma got super upset because it rained on her. And I went to my college graduation. I sat with actually my roommate. We were both in the same major. So we graduated on the same day with all of the communications folks. There's probably a billion of us in the BJC, the Bryce Jordan Center. And one thing that really kind of was a downer on my graduation. So they gave out a pamphlet with all the people who graduated from the College of Communications. There's a picture of Penn State on the front and all of that. And I'm looking through, and it's by alphabetical order by major within the College of Communications. And I'm like, looking through, and I'm like, where's my name? So for some reason, my name was not in the brochure that all of the parents were handed. And my mom wasn't at the event yet. Like all the graduates got there a little bit earlier than like people were allowed in, just so we could like take our seats and talk to some of the people in our class that we knew. And I texted her and I'm like, hey, I already talked to the people in charge, and they're like, a few people's names were left off. It's a complete really, it was like someone messed up, and they were really apologetic, and they actually sent me a PDF of the entire brochure with my name in it, and I think there was like 7 or 8 other people whose names weren't in it, even though they graduated. So for a few minutes I was like, oh my god, did I not graduate? Did I like forget to hand something in and I'm not graduating today? But no, they just didn't put my name in, which, although frustrating. So I wanted to talk about two subjects today. They both have to do with sports, and I apologize, but this is what I want to talk about, so this is what we're going to talk about. So the Lakers freed up a lot of cap space, and now they can go after another elite level player and offer them a max deal. Basically what they did was they traded away all the rights to all of their players except for 2 in hopes that they can get one elite player and then fill in the rest of the roster with veteran players who are going to accept less money to potentially win a championship. And I wanted to talk about this because one thing that came up over the past few weeks in the NBA was calling the owner of the organization an owner is technically offensive. A lot of people within the National Basketball Association are of African American descent. So the word owner is kind of seen in a weird way. So they actually changed it to governor, which is weird to me because they own the organization. They have a majority shareholder stake in the organization, the Lakers, the Nets, the Knicks. The person who has the controlling share, that person owns the organization. What isn't the case is those people don't own the players. They own the rights to the player. So that player could only play for that team. And I just wanted to kind of get your opinion on the wording there. Is it something that people have the right to be offended by, or are we just kind of going after things just because? And then I wanted to talk a little bit about the women's national team. It made headlines this week that Megan Rapinoe, one of the star players for the women's national team, is not choosing to sing the national anthem and not choosing to put her hand over her heart for the national anthem. And our esteemed president decided that he needed to talk about this, as well as some race relations and some crime and employment rate in regards to women playing a soccer game in a different country. And to some extent, I do want all of the U.S. women to be singing the national anthem because this is representing the U.S. However, I do understand the point that she's trying to make with this, in that the women's national team is not fairly compensated. Like, I completely agree that the women's national team should get paid as much as the men. That's completely fair. They're doing the same job, maybe, and you can't even say that they're not bringing in the same television ratings, because it was literally just reported that over 10 million people in England were watching the England versus Norway game. So, like, people do care about this. People do want to watch the Women's World Cup. Maybe it's not every single person in the world, but not every person was watching the U.S. men's national team play in the Gold Cup last night against Panama either. So let me know what your kind of thoughts are on someone representing the U.S. in a World Cup or any sort of event not choosing to participate in singing the national anthem. Let me know what your thoughts are there. Thanks so much for making it to the end of the video. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button before you head out. You can follow me on Twitter at 90sguykev. You can follow Tom on Twitter at 90sguytom. You can follow both of us on Instagram at the 90s Guys. Make sure to check back in every weekday for a new episode of the 90s Vlog. And with that, I'll catch you tomorrow, Tom.